Hey, what's going on? Welcome to KP's Kitchen. Today I am going to make some oats porridge. A lot of people know how to make porridge, and there are a lot of different ways to make it. But a number of years ago, let me share this experience. I was at school and I couldn't get financially cleared, so a friend of mine, I stayed by a friend of mine close by the school. This is in Huntsville, Alabama. Right, when I was going to Oakwood University. Shout out to all the Oakwoodites out there. What happened? I was hungry, needed food, needed a place to stay, couldn't get into my dorm. A friend of mine told me to come on over and stay with him until I sort things out. While I was staying there, one morning I woke up and I noticed he was making porridge, oats porridge. And he added an ingredient in there. And I looked at him and said, "You crazy? What are you messing up the porridge?" He said, "Man, you just don't know." And you know what? He's right. I didn't know. He was right. I didn't know at all. And he showed me how to make my oats differently. And since that day, I never made oats porridge without this particular thing. So in this video, I'm going to show you what I do. All right. So once again, when it comes to me making things, as I've said before in other videos, I don't necessarily measure things out because I've just learned by just feeling my way through the kitchen. Sometimes I measure, right? But in terms of what I'm going to use, here are my ingredients, right? Of course, you're going to need some salt. Get that that sea salt, okay? Don't get iodized salt. Ain't good for you, all right? You are going to need some, this is what, nutmeg. All right, I got this at Bulk Barn, some nutmeg. All right, grounded nutmeg. Some people get the whole ones and just grate it. It's fine, you can do that too. Coconut milk, all right. No surprise with regards to porridge. Coconut milk, okay. You're gonna get your milk of almond milk, right? I make my own, but this time I'm going to use the one from the box. All right. And did I say vanilla? I'm going to get some vanilla in there. And what else are we going to get? We are going to get, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the magic ingredient, peanut butter. Peanut butter. That's the ingredient. And I said to my friend, "You are crazy." And he said, "You don't know." And he's right. So shout out to my boy, my friend, Marcus Vassell, for introducing me to this. Mr. Marcus Vassell in the US, Oakwood. All right. Mr. Vassell. Okay. So in terms of sorting the porridge out, what you need to do is that you need to get in there the peanut butter. Now, you can get the crunchy peanut butter, right? Or you can get the smooth peanut butter. For my porridge, I use the smooth peanut butter. Every now and then I make a mistake and I go and I grab, when I'm in a rush, I grab the crunchy one. Right? But you can get the smooth peanut butter. And I'm going to make this distinction, ladies and gentlemen. 100%. 100%. In other words, the only ingredient that you have when you read the ingredient list, I don't know if you can see it right there. It says peanuts. And that's it. No salt, no sugar, no additives, no nothing, just peanuts. 100% peanut. Okay? That's what you want, peanut butter. Wherever you get it, just one. If you're gonna you'll mess up your porridge if you use the other ones. The other ones, especially because the other ones have salt in it, right? And you're gonna add salt to this. So if the peanut butter has salt and you're gonna add salt, you're sort of trying to figure out what you're gonna do in terms of balancing it out. So 100% peanuts, butter. That's all you need in terms of using the peanut butter. All right. So I put 1 spoonful. I'm gonna put 2. All right. And another one. It's not as full as the first 2, but all right. You get it in there. Get it in there. Get it in there. All right. Let the peanut butter melt. Let it melt. Mix it out a bit. It's in there. The water's turning brown. A little salt to it. Once again. In terms of the measurements, I don't know. I get me one little plastic spoon. Change this one here. Add some salt to that bad boy. Mix it in, mix it in. Right here, this is what you need. There we go. Much better. Mix that bad boy out. Mix that bad boy out. I'm gonna taste it to see what the salt content is like. You can see it, but I can smell it. All right. I'm gonna taste just to check for the salt content. Could use a little bit more salt. A little bit more salt. Like I said, everybody have their own way of doing it. So I don't have any cinnamon today, so I'm not using any cinnamon. But cinnamon is another spice that you can use. Get a little bit more salt. All right, we're good on the salt now. We're very good on the salt, right? You can also add in there some oh man, why am I forgetting my spice here? Nutmeg, yes. Add some nutmeg to that bad boy. Not too much. Nutmeg is very strong, all right? You can make your porridge have like a almost bitter taste, right? So I just used 2 of these little plastic spoons here. Once again, I'm feeling my way through. You know, if I need more, I can add more to it later on once I add the milk to it. Okay? What I also add to this, I'm adding to this my coconut milk. Alright? Powder. If I had, normally I make my own coconut milk from scratch, but if I had it, I would put it in there. I don't, so powder, Maggie brand from any local store. Okay? I get some in there. I'm very liberal with my coconut milk. Very liberal with it. What I do, I go ahead and I just get me some vanilla. 1 capful, 2 capful. Like I said, folks, I hope it comes out good for you, but I am just showing you how I do it. All right. What I do is that I now add the oats. Oats. Main ingredient. It's you can get it at the superstore, the organic brand, bulk store. You know, you can get it wherever, right? I put that bad boy in there. I don't put too much, right? Because the oats is gonna swell. It's going to swell. So what I do is I put it in there as much as possible. and I let it sit in the pot a little bit and boil, right? So that the oats will expand and get soft, right? Let it expand and get soft. Turn the stove on low. If you are good at in the kitchen and good with your stove, you can turn it up on high, but you have to keep mixing it. If you don't, it will stick, right? So it's important that you let it, I'll get a little bit more in there. It's important that you let it sit in the pot and let the oats cook a bit, right, before you do anything. Sometimes what I do is that I let the oats boil in the water with just the peanut butter and the salt, let it expand, then I add the other things to it. All right, expansion of the porridge has taken place, right? It's boiled. I've been stirring it. Okay, after this now, what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna add me some almond milk. Get you some almond milk in there, right? Push this aside here. Stir in the almond milk. Oh yeah. Stir it in. The other thing too, you see when you use the almond milk, I'm not too sure, you know, there are different brands out there in terms of almond milk. I use the one that is vanilla and not the original. The original is the plain tasting one. When I do that, it's like I have to add more ingredients to my pot because, you know, the milk is fresh. It's unsweetened. Right? And when it's unsweetened, it has a tendency of throwing off your recipe or, you know, whatever it is that you're doing. So I use the vanilla, which is sweetened a little bit, not too much, right? So see the consistency? It's thick and runny at the same time, but you can add a little bit more milk. Add a little bit more milk to it. All right. It's okay to add a little bit more milk. I can still add a little bit more milk in terms of making this. All right. You can add, you know, flaxseed to this. You know, like I said, you can do a variety of things. You know, I have some hemp seed. I can add that to it too. Don't need any more. I don't need any more coconut milk or anything like that. I'll just add another capful of vanilla. Maybe not. So I think 4 in total with regards to the vanilla. All right. Topping it off there. Just keep stirring it. Don't want it to stick. But you do want it to cook. You want it to cook, and you want it to cook out so that it's not tough in your mouth. You know, the oats, if you don't allow it to cook, will be hard, and so you're like chewing. There's nothing wrong with it. It's okay. Some people like their oats like that. I like my oats cooked out. Okay. And of course, there's one of the ingredients I didn't mention earlier, but I'll say it now because you're gonna see me put it in there. Sugar. But this is cane sugar. 100% cane sugar. Many sugars out there pretending to be sugar, but you need the cane sugar, 100%, right? You can use maple syrup, you can use honey, you know, natural sweeteners, you know, to get your porridge going. But the cane sugar will suffice. It will do just fine. All right, sweeten to taste. I'm gonna taste it in a second to see how this is. And you must always keep stirring. Okay. I've sweetened that bad boy. Let's see what it tastes like. Delicious. Right amount of nutmeg. Excellent. Houston, we have landed. we have landed. Gonna get me some porridge now. Hope you enjoyed.